Kevin Davidson, your host for Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective. And this is episode number 125. I say it almost every episode, but I'm getting up there, man. This April will be 2 years, I think I've been doing this, or three, one of the two, I can't remember. So my guest today is this young gentleman right here, Mohsen from Texas Lone Star Property Management. But let's pay the bills first and thank Jennifer Smitis, the Houston Division President, Mike Schneider, our sales manager, Caitlin Cornick, Devin Van Wynn, the escrow officers in the Sugarland office, and Gracie Lagos and Melissa Caruso, the escrow officers in the Richmond office, as well as anybody else that works with us. There's so many of you guys, I can't name every one of you, but thank you, because if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't have a podcast. Also, if you subscribe or watch my podcast and you're a real estate agent or a vendor that operates in the Fort Bend County area and you'd like to be on the podcast, give me a call, 832-654-0527, or email me at kevin.davidson@stewart.com and we'll get you on the calendar. So let's get going with episode 125. Like I said, this is Mohsen. He is with Texas Lone Star Property Management. He is the owner, operator, and he's a friend of mine because we've worked together for several years now, but we also worked for the same company for a little while, and we can talk about that. But go ahead and say hi to everybody and tell them what you do.
All right. Well, thank you for having me back on the show, Kevin. Texas Lone Star Property Management, like you, with your 2-year anniversary of Kevin's podcast or Kevin's Corner, we're having our 2-year anniversary in business here this March.
Yep. 2 years means he's doing something right, or it wouldn't still be open. So, managing properties all over the city. Let's talk about you for a minute. Tell everybody what you were doing before you decided to own your own property management company and why you decided to do that crazy thing.
Well, when I was younger, I was in the bar industry, had a bar and nightclub, and as you get older,
old.
It does get old. It gets real old, and I got to a point where I wanted to make a change. I got into real estate, and I fell into property management, going to Empire, and that's where I met you.
Yeah.
And we worked there together for a few years. That company sold to a national company. Went to go work over there, saw how they were running, and I saw a need for the boutique style property management. I knew I could do it. I knew I could do it well. I saw some things that the bigger companies do that I just don't agree with, and I know there's a need for the smaller owners that just have maybe one rental property or two.
So you decided to create a program that filled that need. So tell everybody, what do you manage?
Manage mostly single-family properties. I do manage some small apartments. We are flat fee pricing, so everything's really transparent and clean. The property owners know exactly what to expect as far as their bills every month.
So you manage single-family homes and some apartment complexes. What do you not manage, so it can be clear?
Oh, no short-term rentals at all. No larger apartment complexes. No trailer parks. No lots or anything like
that.
No
HOAs.
No HOAs. No barns.
What about commercial?
No commercial.
Okay, so he's strictly single-family homes, which is basically homes,
rental
houses that are separate by themselves. 1 or 2 stories, several bedrooms, and so your customers are whom?
I have clients from all walks of life. A lot of my clients don't even live in Texas. Some live out of the country. Pretty much anyone that just doesn't want to deal with the resident phone calls. I have some accidental landlords. People have inherited properties. People that have had to downsize, and knew they would make better cash flow renting out their home, want to hang on to it. Yeah. And then I have some larger investors too.
Right. So real estate investors and reluctant landlords. And then you also manage the tenant that's in the property as well, right?
That's right. So we do everything for the tenant. We collect those rents. We handle all the maintenance phone calls. We're there to hold their hand. But we do a really good job of screening our applicants, make sure we're getting the right tenant for that property. And we set clear expectations, so You know, for the most part, I think our guest experience is really good.
So, can anybody that is looking to rent a property from Texas Lone Star Property Management?
No,
That's what I thought.
no, no.
So, what are the minimums?
So, and on our website, we have our available properties, and we have the application link right there, and everything is clear before you even fill it out or even pay for the application. You can see we're looking for a minimum credit score of at least 620. We want to see income of at least 3 times the rent. We are going to run you through the eviction database, through the criminal database. We want to look at your work history, and we're going to call to verify employment. We're going to call to verify your residence history. We're going to call those old landlords, make sure that you didn't skip town on them.
Yeah, you want to make sure the person that's going to move in there is going to take care of the place and pay the rent.
That's right.
When someone moves into the property, is there what's to keep there from being a problem with the property when they move out? Meaning condition when they got in and condition when they left it.
So we have a move-in report done before the tenant takes possession. We'll also give them an inventory and condition form that we're going to have them fill out. That way, if they see anything deficient, they're going to note it. We're going to get that back within a few days of them moving in. And when we do the security deposit disposition at the end of the lease, if they have any discrepancies, we've got our receipts, as they say.
Okay. So you have before and after photos, basically.
Yes.
Okay. And then what is if I'm a real estate investor and I have a property, multiple properties that I'm looking for someone to manage for me, what does an initial conversation with them look like when they call you for the first time or message you or email you and you call them back? And how's that? What kind of questions do you ask investors?
One, how did you hear about me? Which avenue did you come from me? And then I ask them, what's your goal with this property? Are we going to have this thing long term? How fast do you want to rent it out? I'm going to send them comps automatically that are going to show what we can expect to get if we are at the comp rate. We'll look at the days on market, and if we are in that range price wise, we should rent out within those days on market. I get a lot of times I'll get somebody call me up and they want way more than that, and I'll let them know. Listen, we can list it at that price, but you're not going to rent in this amount of days in the average days on market.
Right.
A lot of my smarter investors are going to say, well, we'll go ahead and go a couple $100 lower just to get it off the market faster. And those are the guys that are the most successful.
Right.
Because the more time you're on the vacant, that's when problems happen. And it's lost revenue that you can never make back, those lost months.
Time is money, even on the
Exactly.
negative side. So let's talk a little bit about, and then when a real estate investor calls you and asks you questions like, how do you handle maintenance? When am I going to get my rent? What happens if the tenant doesn't pay?
Yeah. Okay.
What about those things?
So in our lease, rent is due on the 1st. Late fees start on the 4th. As long as they've paid by the 5th, we send the owner his funds on the 10th every month.
Okay.
As far as maintenance, we handle all the maintenance coordination, so they're not going to be bothered unless it's something drastic, and I'm talking about an order that's at least $500 or more.
Okay.
Other than that, we're taking care of it. I'm sorry, what was that other part?
And then money, maintenance, and I can't remember what the other one was.
All right.
Maybe forget about it. What was the other one? We'll come back to it.
Okay.
So, and then as far as the city of Houston, how far out from downtown do you go?
I'm about an hour radius of downtown. I don't necessarily want to go to Galveston. I do have a couple that I manage for some clients with multiple properties. But the further out you go, it is harder to get your top vendors to always go out there. So I say about an hour radius. I don't have any issues.
And then you have relationships with vendors that do all this work, right? It's not you doing the work.
No, it is not me doing the work. I do the coordination. So it's not like Mohsen's AC or Mohsen's Plumbing Services. No, and a lot of my best vendors I've been using since we worked together almost 9 years ago. Yeah.
And how long does it take when you get a maintenance request for the vendor to be out of the property and be working on it?
Usually within 24 hours. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what about the air conditioning? What's the law in Houston, in Texas?
You have to show a reasonable amount of effort, but you do have, I think, I don't want to be on the record on the exact date, but I know you do have, as long as you're showing reasonable effort, trying to coordinate, you are okay.
Yeah, you're
I have a
okay.
number in my head.
I thought it was 3 days.
It may be, but I'll tell you what, I've got a couple of really good AC people, and almost all the time they can get out there the same day if I get that work order before noon.
You need to add Michael from M Squared to your list.
Yeah.
So he's coming out to my house and my wife's business next week.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. What's up, Mike? How you doing? So let's talk a little bit about your target market. We talked about a minute ago. One was real estate investors. The other one is real estate agents.
Right. Yep.
So talk about how you market your business to real estate agents, and then also let's talk about this exciting referral program that you have.
Right. So I have an agent referral program for realtors where I can pay them out a really decent referral fee. The thing about rentals and realtors, sometimes the realtors don't want to mess with it. They may have a client that they just help buy a house. The commissions on a rental are a lot lower than a home sale commission. So, some realtors may be too busy for it. Another thing is some of the rental properties that are a lower rate, a realtor may not jump up to go show that property.
Right, because they're only going to make $300.
Right, but we have a self-showing software that we use, very safe and secure. So if somebody is driving by looking at rental homes in a neighborhood, they see our sign, they can go and schedule a tour within minutes, and they can go see the property. And with rental properties, even more than houses, if a family's out looking at a rental home in a neighborhood and they can't go see a property right then and there, they're going to go move on to the next one. It's not as big a commitment as when somebody's going out and looking for a home.
Right, yeah.
So there's an opportunity for us to rent the properties faster. But with our referral program, if a realtor does want to rent out that home, I can still work with them.
Okay. And then you're famous for something that we started at Empire Industries.
Yeah.
What do you guys do with the property if the investor decides to sell it?
Oh, if they decide to sell it, we give that back to that agent that referred that client to us.
Exactly. So when I first got hired by Empire Industries, that was the first thing that I learned talking to agents is they don't like property management companies because in the past, property management companies basically stole their client.
Yeah.
And now working with us and working with you, the agent gets to buy on the front end. They can do the lease if they want to, and then they get the sell on the back end. Yeah. So they get 3 transactions with the same client, but you're handling and everything for them as far as management goes.
That's correct.
And then you give it back to them, and they can list it. But if the relationship between the investor and the agent is not positive, which is not anything you have anything to do with, or if you guys can't find or get a hold of the agent,
yeah, we can.
You're also a broker, right?
I have a broker.
You have a broker.
A broker
so you
in
can
our
also,
company.
You're a licensed agent, right?
That's correct.
So you can also buy and sell property. So if the agent can't be found or is not in the relationship anymore, you can list it.
Yep.
But it goes back to the agent immediately before it does anything else.
That is correct. Yeah.
And then, let's say an investor calls you up that doesn't have a real estate agent, and you're managing 3 of their properties. Hey, Mohsen, I've got $600,000 in equity in these 3 properties. I'm fixing to pull $300 out. Can you help me buy another investment property?
Yeah.
You can do that as well.
I had a client call me this week. They're saying, hey, my mother-in-law wants to buy a house, and she hasn't been able to get a hold of her realtor. can you help us with this?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There you go. So from a real estate investor's perspective, you can not only help with the management, but you can also help with buys and sells. And from a real estate agent perspective, you can help them, making them look good with their investor clients by managing their clients' properties and then giving it back to them if they decide to sell.
That's right.
But it also increases the agent's passive income because now they can work with real estate investors and not have to worry about the headache of managing the property. They just give it to you and they get paid for that.
That is correct. Yes.
And how much do you pay per door?
We pay $500 per door, and if it's a duplex, it's a double. You know, quadruple up to these small apartments.
Right. So that's door meaning front door, not front door, garage door, side door, back door. Front door.
You can say per unit. Yeah,
Per unit.
Per unit.
Yeah. So if you have one investor client and he has one house, it's $500. If you have one investor client that has 4 houses, that's $2,000. Correct?
That's right.
All right. Now, just to be clear, when is that paid?
That's paid 1 month after they've onboarded with us.
Okay, so they don't have to wait 3 or 4 or 6 months. It's only 30 days.
That's right.
Wow. Okay. So after 30 days of them onboarding and them being there for at least a month, then the agent will get paid.
Correct.
Awesome.
Correct.
So let's talk a little bit about, you've been around for 2 years.
Mhm.
What did you do in the past and currently now to market your business to the general public and to real estate agents? And what are some things that you'd like to do in the future that I've been bugging you to do that you haven't done yet?
I guess I would say the first thing I did was reach out to all the realtors that I know. Then I joined some networking groups, started sponsoring some realtor events, some title company events, getting in front of realtors, joining some of the Facebook real estate platforms, and all that stuff has helped. I would say the first year I did not get in front of as many people. I didn't sponsor as many events, but that's been the game changer for me in year 2. That's really kind of spiked our increase, and that's where I'm putting a lot more focus. And I know what you're going to tell me about what I need to do.
I'm not going to say it. You can say it, but I'm not going to.
Well, it's either you or Pete that said we got to get CE certified and teach a property management class.
Yeah. Because if you don't, I will.
Yeah.
Because I've done it before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you need to do that, man. You need to become the expert in the industry for property management so you can get in front of it. Not only do you have a great program to offer agents, but then you would have something to offer their brokers.
Yeah.
Okay, their brokerages. And when you do that, you're going to triple the amount of people you get in front of. Because there's going to be agents that are going to attend your classes and they're just there for the credit, not for the education, but end up having an investment property opportunity down the road.
Right.
And they're going to think of you first. I mean, that's what Steve and I did for the first 3 years I was there. We just drove around to every brokerage we could find, big, small, literal, didn't matter what it was. Walked in there and said, hey, we're Kevin and Steve from Empire Industries. We offer these 9 classes we'd love to teach for your agents. I mean, I've taught any number of my classes in every major brokerage in the city. And I mean, look what we did at Empire. You know, I was getting, if I remember correctly, anywhere from 5 to 10 property management contracts from agent referrals every month when it got going.
Yeah, I know. I remember when they sold, I think they were bringing in close to 30 doors a month.
They were doing 25 to 30 doors a month, and 5 to 8 of those were from me, from the agent referrals.
From the agent referrals.
Yeah, so it's a big thing. And I know, you know, some of this, you know, costs a little money to sponsor and buy lunch and everything, but spread it out, you know, and plus I'll put you on the calendar and you don't have to pay anything. You just come and smile and hand out your little bag. Put candy back in the bags, please.
I will do that.
Golly, man, I was so excited about those.
Well,
and
sometimes I ride around in the car. They're in the car for a few days. I don't want the chocolate melting, but I'll do a better job with that for you.
Put something in there that's not hard candy, but not chocolate, so it won't melt.
All right. Twizzlers for everyone.
Twizzlers, gummies, soft chews, Starburst gummies.
Oh, chocolate! Everybody loves chocolate.
Everybody loves chocolate. So and I like to think that a part of what you're experiencing the second year was a little bit from my help and you coming and being in front of my agents and stuff. So,
100%.
because I think you've gotten quite a few referrals.
I have, and I get calls all the time.
Yeah.
And it'd be like, well, how did you get my number? And it's like, oh, you came to this event in Sugar Land or in Richmond.
Yeah.
I'm like, yep.
It's Kevin.
Uh-huh.
So, but yeah, man, you get certified.
Yeah.
I'll put you on the calendar once a month. Okay, just get it done. And right now, Trek is behind because all of my classics except one expire tomorrow, and we're still waiting on them to get approved, to get reapproved. And I don't have to teach anything of mine until the end of next month, so we still got a few weeks. But yeah, they're behind right now. So, what are some other things that you'd like to do that you're not doing?
Oh, my biggest fail, and I'm going to hire somebody to help me with it, is the social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always just put that on the back burner. I know it's important, but
Well, every time I
Yeah,
post and I tag you, you respond back.
Yeah.
So you're watching it.
Yeah,
You're just not posting.
yeah, and I only have, I think, the Facebook and the Instagram. I mean, everybody does all these other things, and
All you need is Facebook, Instagram,
yeah,
LinkedIn,
I have LinkedIn.
Google My Business,
Yeah,
and YouTube.
all right. Yeah, I need a YouTube channel.
Yeah. Well, you need a YouTube channel because you better be doing video.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 to 2 minute videos about pain points that investors have.
Mm-hmm.
Put them on your YouTube channel and use that link and plaster it all over social media and your website. Do you have a website yet?
I've had one. Yeah.
Okay. So you got a website. So
TexasLoneStarPropertyManagement.com.
there you go.
And our pricing is right there on it. A lot of other companies, they don't want to put their pricing on it, are available.
Because they're too high.
Or I don't know. I don't get it. I'm all about transparency.
What are you hiding?
Exactly.
What are you scared of?
Exactly. Or what are you trying to change on me?
Mhm.
Yeah, but
And then obviously someone can reach out to you through your website. Can someone sign a management agreement with you through their website?
no, they can't sign the
They
management.
can't download one either?
No.
Okay.
But I do share that with any of our PM leads. Yeah,
Okay.
I do share it. I don't wait for them to agree to do it. Here it is. Take a look. Yeah.
PM leads.
Property management.
Is that CRM company?
No, I'm just saying any leads.
Oh, any property management leads that you get. Okay.
Yeah, I'll share that with them.
Yeah. And then are you on? I can't remember what they were called. There was 2 pay-per-click property management sites.
No.
All Property Management and ManageMyProperty.com.
No.
You're not on there?
No. I'm not on any pay-per-click.
Why not?
I don't know.
Have you heard? You know what it is?
I know what pay-per-click is. Yeah.
No. Do you know what those 2 websites are?
No.
Okay. Yeah, you need to do that.
Okay.
People will complain about All Property Management, but you don't have to spend a lot of money. But the way it works is you put your ad or your advertisement on their site, and you list the zip codes that you would manage in. And then when someone that needs property management goes on the internet and Googles, I need a good property management company in Houston, All Property Management and Manage My Property always come up because they've been on the internet forever. When they go on their sites and put in the address, zip code of what the property is they need, if their zip code matches any of your zip codes, then your ad pops up on the page. The downside is it pops up with everybody else that's also advertising in that zip code. But if you get 2 contracts a month and you spend just a couple $100 on their sites, it's worth it. It's additional leads, and you don't have to do anything. You just wait for the lead to come in. The challenge is that when that lead comes in and you get that message on your phone, you better be ready to call them right then, because if you don't, somebody else has already called them.
Yeah.
So, and to be honest with you, Manage My Property, I had a lot higher success rate with than allpropertymanagement.com. But check into both of them. Okay, your lead count will go up. All right. And I used to argue with me and Steve would argue with Pete and Ross. Remember Ross? Because they didn't mind that we were on it, but they thought we spent more money on there than we should based on the results we were getting. And me and Steve kept arguing with them, going, "No, we got the leads. You need to figure out how to close them." Well, the leads were terrible. That's not our problem, you know? And so, but you just kind of pick and choose and you'll sift through them, and the ones that answer the phones are the ones that are serious. Just don't, don't spend a whole lot of money on there. So, anything else? I know you're going to start doing video because I'm going to make you do it.
Yeah.
Okay? But video on your YouTube channel. You have a Google My Business page?
I will here in the next couple of days. I hadn't gotten to it. I always had the
I
mentality.
didn't realize that I was going to be putting you on the spot today.
It's all right. I've just been putting it off. I've always felt like people only go on there to complain, and if I felt like most of the reviews are solicited.
Most of the reviews are not solicited, but number two, yes, people can go on there and leave a review, positive or negative, but they can also learn about your business.
Yeah.
They can get your phone number, they can get your address, and they can get a link to your website, and it's free. So and the yellow pages doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
So it's an additional way to get your company on the internet. Also, 10% of the reason why Google ranks your company platforms on Google is because you have Google My Business and the reviews that you get. So if you don't have a Google page and you're not using it and getting reviews, your competition's 10% higher ahead of you already.
I already have somebody working on it.
Hang on a second, Steve.
No, I got with this marketing group.
Did you really?
Yeah.
What's the name of the marketing group?
Clear Digital.
I don't know who they
Yeah.
are.
They came from Pete.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they came
Okay.
from Pete. They're gonna set that up. They're gonna redo the website and work on SEO and help me with content, something in the social media stuff, the stuff that I've been lagging on.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of these days you need to get you a virtual assistant
I have one.
for this stuff.
Yeah, no, not for this stuff. I have one
Yeah.
for the tenants, but no, a few more doors and I'll be adding another virtual
There
assistant.
you go.
Yep.
Awesome. Is there anything else you'd like to let everybody know that might be watching this podcast about you or Texas Lone Star?
Well, if you're an investor looking for a property manager, if you've had trouble renting out your properties, one thing that I hate, it's like, I'll say industry secret. There's a lot of companies out there, PM companies, that don't put their listings, their rental listings on HAR.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because they don't want to pay out the realtor commissions.
Right.
And I hate that because I think one, I'm a realtor.
Mm-hmm.
I pay out the commissions. But I feel like it's a disservice because all that is doing is adding more vacancy time. We got to put the owner's
Right.
interest first and try to rent that house out as soon as possible. So that's
Okay.
one thing that kind of sets me apart from some of these other companies. If you're shopping around, ask, how do you market your property?
Right.
And specifically, do you list on HAR? Do you pay commissions?
Mm-hmm. How do people get a hold of you?
You can go directly to my website, TexasLoneStarPropertyManagement.com. Numbers on there. You can always get a hold of me there. My cell phone number is 281-701-7357. Yeah.
What's your email address?
Mohsen and Mohsen is Mohsen at TexasLoneStarPropertyManagement.com.
The longest email address on the planet, which is a big marketing no-no.
Yeah,
Okay.
this marketing group's probably going to tell me, but let's just do the initials on it.
Exactly.
Let's see if we change it.
TLSPM.
TXLSPM. Yeah. We should do that.
Yeah. So, awesome. Give me your phone number one more time.
281-701-7357.
Well, guys, anybody that knows who I am, knows where I came from, knows that I came from the property management world. He worked with me on the exact same company. You guys know how much successful we were. Fastest growing property management company in the country. We had a great, I was very, for 6 months I wouldn't talk to Steve and Pete when they sold. That's how upset I was. But he learned everything that he's doing with Texas Lone Star from them, from that experience. Added his own flair, added his own unique thing, programs, but he's the real deal, dude. If I had every agent that asked me about property management, I give him his phone number, every one of them. So because I know how he manages properties, I know how transparent you are, I know how honest you are. You pay your bills, you pay your agents, and you manage the properties like they were your own.
Thank you very much, Kevin.
So if you're a real estate agent out there and you're not working with real estate investors, you should be. It's a very easy way to increase your revenue and add passive income. If you don't understand how to work with them, give Mohsen a call, give me a call. They're not like working with your standard married couple buying a house or selling a house. It's a different animal. But once you figure it out, you get one or two of the right investors under your belt, they can write your whole ticket the whole year. All right. So give them a call. Phone number?
281-701-7357.
Texas Lone Star Property Management, guys. You'll be seeing them with me. Everything I do, a lot of what I do, you'll be seeing them around. So thanks for being on the podcast again. This has been episode 125 of Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective. Thank you to everybody that I work with and anybody that in the future that would like to be on the podcast, 832-654-0527. This episode number 125 will be up by Monday of next week. So you guys have a great weekend, and Mohsen and I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.